On a hot summer day, to me, there's nothing more enjoyable than just floating on a nice creek or river or lazy river. When it's hot outside and you're just sweltering in the heat, you can just come out here and not put a lot of effort into it and just float in the nice, cool water. And at any moment, I can just jump in and swim and get out again, and it'd be fun. Summers here get decently hot, but that's just my favorite thing to do when it's hot outside. About 7-8 months ago, I met a homeless man. And not a guy that claimed to be homeless, but literally a man that slept and had his stuff outside. And when I met him, it wasn't like he was standing on a street corner begging for money. It wasn't like anything like that. In fact, I parked in a weird spot, and it just so happened to be right next to where he kept his stuff. And I saw him, and I could tell just by looking at him that he was homeless, so I went up and started a conversation. And we talked a little bit that day, and I ended up going by a couple more times and meeting him a couple times after that. And everything I remember about him, the one thing that stood out was how dry his skin was. And, it wasn't necessarily freezing cold outside or really windy or anything like that. He just had extremely dry skin. And every time that I came and brought him food, the one thing that he, grabbed first and just engulfed as soon as he got it was the bottle of water. I'd never really encountered somebody that was thirsty more than anything else. And when I was growing up, I'd heard stories of people that didn't have the things that I had, didn't have a house and car and all these things that, I take for granted. And I'd also heard stories of people that didn't have food, didn't have homes. But it was very rare that I'd met someone or heard about someone that was truly thirsty. It was weird to meet somebody in a very well-to-do town that was thirsty. I don't know how long this guy had been without water, but it was obvious that he was dehydrated. And see, a person can live 3 to 5 days without water, but dehydration sets in before that. Some of the simple symptoms are dizziness and headache and fatigue. And he obviously had some of those and dry skin too. But when it gets really serious, rapid heartbeat, sunken eyes, irritability, dehydration, if you're looking at it, just looks like a person that's not together, like something's the matter. And see, when I look around, I don't see people like that. I don't see a lot of people suffering from dehydration. But the numbers bear out that 1 in 10 don't have access to clean water. 663 million people don't have access to clean water. But when I look around here in America, I don't really see that. If I did, every 10th person I see would be suffering from dehydration, on the borderline of dying in some cases. So how can we picture that? Well, I got to thinking about Neyland Stadium. It's the home of Tennessee Volunteer Football. And college football stadiums are some of the largest in the world, holding number 2 through 9 on the list of the biggest stadiums that we have in the world. And it holds about 106,000 people, something like that. Well, in 1996, Neyland Stadium added on the North Upper Deck. And that North Upper Deck holds about 10,000 people. So 10,000 people out of a 100,000 stadium, that's 1 in 10. So if we were to see those numbers bear out when we went to Neyland Stadium, that entire North Upper Deck would be full of people that are dehydrated. Full of people that at any moment could die from a lack of clean water. We don't see that. Now see, I'm not an idiot. I realize that the reason we don't see as many people dehydrated around here is because it's a regional issue. I mean, after all, where we are now is 2 minutes from where I work. And yet, this guy in downtown that I was talking about, he's in an area where there's water fountains, where there's splash pads, and, just general fountains that we just look at, that we don't even play in or drink in. So, I know that that's the issue. And you can see this in like examples, like the water park that's in Mesa, Arizona, that it takes 50 million gallons to fill it up, and then 100 million gallons each year to keep the water in this water park, in a place that only gets 8 inches of rainfall in that same time. See, there's another one, the Tiger Woods Golf Course, that's set in the desert of Dubai, and it takes 5 million gallons a day to keep up its grounds in a desert. See, there's things like that that we see it and we're like, man, that's ridiculous. But when it comes to people not having water, we don't see that. It's not in our area. And that's why we do videos like this, to help us realize that we live in a place where water is so abundant, we play in it. We do whatever we want to with it. But we have to start to realize that water is not a renewable resource. See, my hope for this video is, even though it was short, even though there wasn't a lot of information, that it just gets you to start thinking differently about some things. Think differently that even though we have plenty of water, that there are 1 in 10 people in the world that don't have clean water. And my hope is that after thinking about it and realizing that this is an issue, that it makes you passionate about this, and it hopefully changes you to where you want to do something, where you want to affect that 1 in 10th person that doesn't have clean water. Now, issues like this, they're not easy enough to just throw money at it. Money's not the only issue. But, you know, maybe money is not always the solution. Maybe somebody watching this video now will be the one that comes up with technology that can get water to people that need it in areas that wells and normal things may not work. But that's what this series is all about. We want to transform the way that you think about water.
Hey Halfwits and other viewers, what is going on? I'm Ian Fleischman and this is Ryan Helton. Ryan Helton did a great job at this whole lesson about water. It really opens your eyes to like reality and the stuff. So we're hoping that you really enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, share, and comment. So I hope you guys like this video and get ready for the next episode of the Transform series. Now here's a word from Ryan Helton.
I did want to talk a little bit more about, if you are just looking to give money, there's an organization that Ian and I both have been given to called Charity Water. And every bit of the money that you donate goes towards either digging wells or technology that can help get water to places that don't have it. So if you're looking for a place to give money, that's a great place to give money. The other thing you can do is just spread awareness. Let people know. Maybe nobody has heard that 1 in 10 people don't have access to clean water. So whatever you can do is going to be a big help to those people. We do want to try to get people to do something, whatever that is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, you know, check out Ian and all the stuff that he does on the Halfwit channel as well.
Also guys, check out the Alvaton Church of Christ channel on YouTube. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for that. So other than that, have a blessed day, and God loves you.